GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Govi, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
I think Ranbir couldn't keep anything in his stomach. So he went and told my mom. We didn't tell my dad at that time because I didn't know how he'd react.
A lot of people actually they continue to be scared of Rishi sir, okay? I want to know what was your first meeting with him like? Did you?
I was definitely. I was definitely intimidated.
Sridevi Ji performed, Salman performed, and everyone actually. Like,
Shah Rukh, there was
Shah Rukh.
everyone really.
But they did it because of Dad, me being, a fangirl and everything, and it was very gracious and very kind for Salman to, bartend, go behind the bar, and of course the guests were all very enamored, and they were very like, oh my God, Salman is bartending.
All the booze got over because all the women were at the bar.
They were chugging their drinks.
Riddhima told me, she called me and she told me that what the doctors had said, that he was,
Diagnosed.
He was probably like, he had a few months left, and I just couldn't believe it.
My brother and my mother broke the news to me in the morning on FaceTime. So imagine calling me up at around 7:38 in the morning and telling me on FaceTime that, this has happened. I was not, you are somewhat preparing, but you're not prepared for the worst. I was like, how do I get there? I want to go. I want to be with my mother, my family. I want to see my dad for one last time.
I think Riddhima was the closest to him. So in a way, like, it was good that Riddhima didn't see him while he was suffering the most.
Like that.
Because he did suffer a lot.
He tried to call me 2 days before this happened. He gave me a missed call. I still have it on my phone. That was his last missed call to me. And I was like, shit, I wish I'd taken that phone call. Maybe he has spoken to Alia about it. I'm sure he has, She was a great support, She's been there in our bad times.
Happily ever afters aren't a fairy tale. It's a choice. Today I have a couple who've made that choice and who keep living that choice every day in their lives. And soon you're going to see them on a show. But before that, you're seeing them on my show, Pillow Talk, only on Galatta India. Riddhima and Bharat joins us for a conversation. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us on your show.
Thank you so much. Finally, मतलब बहुत महीनों की मेहनत और that wait has actually borne fruit.
Yes.
I know we've been wanting to do this since.
It's been forever, yeah.
Like 1 year. I was in a different company and now it's finally happening.
महीनों की मेहनत है, सालों की
मेहनत actually. 18 years of marriage?
18 years.
18 years of marriage. But how many years did you date before marriage? How many years did you know each other?
It's been forever.
3-4 years.
Actually.
Yeah.
We've known each other for such a long
Over 20
time.
years.
Bharat. We met in the late 90s.
Late 90s?
Late 90s.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. Feels like another lifetime, altogether. There were no mobile phones. I think mobiles were literally like just launched, introduced. But there was no video calling, FaceTiming, no WhatsApp. We used to chat on MIRC, ICQ. Bharat Sahni has entered the chat room. I used to be like, oh, he's entered. Okay, now we are going to chat. So we used to have like chat times and stuff, Those were the days. But
do you remember the first time you guys met?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh God.
It was in London.
Yeah, but we met through common friends. I was in London, he was in the States, and he was visiting me in London. So we had common friends. We were together. I was a student, he was a student. We were partying together, but we were just friends, only friends. We were like not interested in each other remotely. हम सिर्फ good friends थे. I'm telling you, I swear to you.
No, but I want to know from him also. Like, do you remember the first meeting?
Yeah, I remember the first meeting. My first impression of her was that she was very, very shy and quiet and, a smiley, innocent little girl.
Innocent girl. But I was. I still am.
मुझे क्या पता था बाद में जाके क्या पटाखा बनने वाली है.
Such a... Can I whack him?
You can. Go ahead.
What nonsense. But no.
She was on her best behavior.
Oh, really?
But I wasn't interested in you then, Bharat. We were just friends. And okay, like, nice, hi, how are you? More the merrier, more friends. We are making more friends in wherever we are, like overseas. And
more the merrier, like only friend type, right?
More the merrier. What Not nonsense. I mean, like, making more friends. That's what I thought. Because when you're overseas, you're alone, you miss family,
That's
you miss,
true.
making new friends. I was making new friends. And for me, it was just like, more Indians.
So I made her feel at home.
That's true.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
true. But when did you guys actually realize that, okay, this is more than just friendship?
Very filmy, but at a shaadi. At a common friend's shaadi.
Few years later.
Yeah.
What made you realize that? Like, was there a moment where you actually, what was that moment where you felt that no?
He saw me in an Indian outfit, I think. I don't know. Yeah, you were like, oh, you're looking you told me that, wow, you're looking really, really stunning. And I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks. That's it. Do you even remember?
Yeah, I remember clearly.
He's blank.
So we kept in touch, we were friends.
Yeah.
And then we met a few years later at a wedding. And then things just happened,
Very organically.
Yeah, it was very organic.
Yeah.
But tell me something, how did you introduce him to your family then? Like, what was it difficult in the beginning? Did you break it
So
to
my
them
mom's very
immediately?
chilled out. Like, I did tell my mom about him that, he's a cool... But Ranbir actually. I think I told Ranbir. No, one second. I told Ranbir before my mom. And I think Ranbir couldn't keep anything in his stomach. So he went and told my mom. If I remember clearly. He told mom, and then mom obviously asked me. And I never hide anything from her, I did tell mom about him. And she was like, oh, really... She was happy, but again, she wanted to know who he is and where he's from and, all of those things. We didn't tell my dad at that time because I didn't know how he'd react. But my mom knew everything. And Ranbir did. Ranbir met him.
And in your family, when did you tell them?
I don't think anyone knew about Riddhima in my family till much later. We met in London and, I was introduced to her mother and to Ranbir. And it just happened very organically.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But then there was a lot of back and forth. Mobile to tha nahi. We didn't really, not like today, those times were different, when, I used to, and also it was very expensive, na? Outgoing calls were expensive. Incoming ke bhi paise lagte the.
हाँ.
At that
तब के
time.
ज़माने में तो ऐसा ही था.
And I remember my dad used to get an itemized bill. और हमारी फटती थी. Oh my God, like my dad used to be like, who are you calling? Like, whose number is this? So many calls. Delhi ka, and then I had to tell him, like Delhi ka number and all. कितना मतलब बोलो कि नहीं मेरी friend है ये कोई इतने मतलब और देर रात को you're giving missed calls and I used to मारो missed calls and cut. I was very confused like that. I was scared.
You still are.
I'm not, please. But those times are different. So I used to give him a missed call and I used to like cut the phone. He used to call me back.
How
it was
sweet.
like that.
But I want to know this, that you said that you met Neetu ma'am and Ranbir in London.
Yes.
So like that was how many years into the relationship and how did they react?
So we had just started dating. I think we started dating when we met in Bombay. And then we went to Goa for a holiday. And then the following summer, we were in London together. So that's when I met them.
Yeah.
And
formally introduced in London. Yeah.
And how did they react to you? What was the meeting all
I just
about?
met them as a friend, really, And then I think it was her Nani, Nanu, we used to call her.
Yeah.
She was the one who developed a liking towards me.
Nanu loved him.
And I think once
from the
Nanu
word go.
approved of me, that's when everything else just fell into place.
Punjabi Munda and all, and Delhi ka and all that. She loved it. She loved him.
Because I think she was also from Delhi.
Yeah.
So we had that Delhi connection.
Yeah.
But in a lot of places, Neetu ma'am actually has given an interview saying that your love story is very similar to her love story with Rishi sir. She said that, even that was a young love story. We met on the sets and we fell in love and then we decided to get married and we've had like a really long, fulfilling marriage and it's the same for Riddhima and Bharat.
Touch wood.
Touch
So,
wood, yeah.
Did
That's a huge compliment, actually. Yeah. In many ways, yes, very similar. But then again, हमारा थोड़ा सा अलग था.
In what ways?
I mean, we were not like from the same city or we were not like working together. We were students who met,
It was a long distance.
bonded. We were in a long distance for
Wow.
a very long time. But we still managed
We struggled.
somehow.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah, exactly. Brat man entering the ICQ room. Finally.
But you know
और
how they
वही-
say, where there's a will, there's a way.
और वही
so-
हमारे, and that also half an hour we used to get to chat. My dad wanted the computer. You know, we were sharing at that time. You know, times were very simple. You know,
Yeah.
back then. You know, there was like one device in the house. एक computer था और वो फिर क्या VSNL फिर connection that modem के साथ connect करते थे. उसमें भी time. So it's not like we were like in touch every single day. You know, it was quite difficult for us. It was a struggle.
But
Struggle.
a lot of people actually are, you know, they continue to be scared of Rishi sir. Okay, I want to know what was your first meeting with him like? Did you?
I was
फटी पड़ी थी इसकी.
I was definitely
झूठा.
I was definitely intimidated, obviously,
Yeah,
because he's a legend, and you know, like we all grew up watching him, and you know, it was it wasn't easy on me. Yeah, you know, like to break the ice with him.
He was a few drinks down. I remember he was sweating like mad. When he knew he had to meet my dad, we all went to a restaurant, and you know all
It
of
was
that.
piano bar in Bombay, I
It was
remember.
it was the piano bar.
Yeah.
My dad was like by the piano, like standing. All through the evening, he was like this, just staring and glaring at Bharat. कि कौन है भाई तू ऊपर से नीचे देख रहा है. But then eventually.
So there was a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were all very welcoming, and you know, especially all the women in the house.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I was able to break the ice with them.
You charmed them.
You could say that.
No, but what was your first meeting with sir like then?
It was a piano bar.
Yeah, but what did you guys
I
talk
don't think
about?
we really spoke much. It was
He didn't
just-
speak to him
it
all
was
evening.
just,
He was only dancing with all the women.
We just made eye contact. You know.
Yeah, that's all they did.
But everybody has a Rishi Kapoor story. Whatever you said on Netflix was so, you know, on Kapil Sharma show, it's so true, because everybody has an anecdote of sir, you
Yes,
know, and
yes.
sir was a different, like,
Mufat.
yeah, like a different human altogether,
Yeah.
like,
If he hasn't yelled at you or anyone,
been yelled at
oh, you've been yelled at?
once.
Yeah, but if he yells at you, that means, you know, if he ever yelled at you, he has loved you.
Loved
It was
you.
like
He
that.
never yelled at me though, so I don't know if he loved me
He
or not.
couldn't, out of whatever, he just could not.
But was it difficult to convince your dad in the beginning? Because, you know, he comes across this very strict father, and Ranbir says that both of you were really, really scared of him in the...
He was probably, I was never scared of my dad.
You were never scared.
उनकी आवाज से डर लगता था, but I was really never like scared.
I think
was
he had a
chilled
soft corner
out.
for her.
Yeah, he was very, very understanding. He was very chilled out like that. It obviously, I mean, for a father, I mean, you know, his daughter is bringing another man to the house to, you know, introduce. Like, I could never imagine Bharat on his knees proposing to me. It was very like, we had to do the right way. Go ask my parents for my hand. Only then I will agree to, you know, to being with you.
Oh, wow.
So it was like that. So he had to do it. He had to go through that whole rut of, you know, asking my mom,
And he
dad,
didn't give in so
family.
easily. He wasn't, obviously, like, you know, Riddhima being the only daughter, he took his time. He
Yeah,
told me
yeah.
that, you know, you have a couple of years,
Yeah.
you know, and after a couple of years, if we still feel that, you know, you guys are meant to be, then we'll get you married.
Because Bharat also at
wow.
that time had just graduated, and he was also starting out, you know, with his father.
Business and everything, yeah.
and learning the business. So obviously my dad wanted to wait a couple of years before he could be like, okay, theek hai, you know, now it's fine, you know, you both can, you know, get married. So yeah.
पंडा बनने की वेट कर रहे थे.
But how many years did it take for you to break that ice with him? Because, you know, whenever I speak to anybody in the family, they say that although you are always like in the shadows of it, you really don't come out, and you are not so like always so active on social media. The entire family loves you.
Yeah,
Your
they
mother-in-law
love him.
loves you like anything.
yeah.
She said that every time I meet Bharat, he gets me flowers each time we meet. This is what...
That was initially when we
yeah,
were dating.
Yeah.
So whenever he came to Bombay, he always brought a bouquet of flowers or something, you know, to the house. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was that the plan?
I don't
Charming
know,
the mother-in-law
charming.
also.
It wasn't really, I just felt like, you know,
That's
I
true,
should not go empty-handed, you know, to the house. So, you know, because I was not a part of the family then, you know.
No.
In those 2 years when you were also, you know, when you set out to make a name of your own, and you had to almost convince somebody like Rishi sir How many times did you meet him? What were the conversations that you've had over the years with
No,
him?
I met him quite frequently. I mean, because I used to go out to the house all the time. It was nothing. There was nothing hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, Riddhima and I were seeing each other,
Yeah.
and I had to go to the house and seek his permission to take her out.
Even to
Or
dinner.
to dinners
Yeah,
and all that. So I saw him
And he used
quite,
to wait up, huh? He
quite
never
frequently,
slept.
and I used to love having a drink with him, and because that was the way of opening up and really getting to know each other
They bonded over food and alcohol, I think.
in a true Punjabi sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what were the conversations that you had with him? When was it that you felt that he also started developing a soft corner for you?
After 3 drinks.
And over greasy Punjabi food and Chinese food also.
Ranbir has been very, very close to her. And when your sister gets married, I think there's something that shifts in the brother also. Like, I have a cousin who is just 14 days younger than me, and we are like too thick. So she got married last year in Jan, and I cried I think I performed at a Sangeet and I started crying, and I think everybody, because the performance was so emotional, that she started crying, I started crying. The entire family, not just my side, our side, I think even
made
my
everyone
Jijaji's
cry.
side of the family started crying. It was that, it was one of those things that happened. And, you have been so close to your brother, and you still continue to be, but when you are getting married, there's a different kind of emotion. You also would want your brother and your husband to actually bond.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
was it from day one, or did that also take some time?
No, so Rans and me were close from the day, I met him, we hit it off really well. And I remember the when we were getting married, and I remember we went, the whole Bharat went from Delhi, and we landed in Bombay, and we got out of the airport, and Ranbir met me and he told me, buddy, you were screwed.
So mean. Typical younger brother.
And I had no idea what he's talking about, right?
Now you do.
Oh,
No,
God.
but Ranbir was the first person I actually confided in, when I told Ranbir about Bharat. And he's the one who obviously, told mom that, there is this boy from Delhi, mama. At that time. But yeah, he was the first person who knew about Bharat.
But what did he tell you about him, like after meeting
तो
him?
loved him, क्या बोलेगा? तुम्हारे दिन कुछ भी बोल- No, but he actually, he really
Both are
liked
Librans, no? His
Yeah.
birthday is one day after
They're on
mine.
the same wavelength.
So,
They think alike. They're very similar people. Very balanced. Ranbir is also very balanced.
Balanced, very
He's-
balanced.
He's way more talented than I am, though.
Yeah, he's too talented, and I feel like,
yeah.
again, people will say that I'm biased, but I don't think it's wrong to be biased towards somebody who's so talented and so good.
But it's the truth.
The fact is that I also feel, Riddhima, I don't know if you will agree, but I also feel that your brother is also misunderstood for being so honest and for being a certain type of a person that he is. If he doesn't let everybody in, and whoever he lets in, he's always there for them. So they understand the true Ranbir, that is, and the people who don't get that, inlet.
Ranbir is a man of very few words. That's a good thing also.
Yeah.
Why let everyone into your life and, just make... I just feel that he is fine the way he is.
Yeah.
He is, he's very talented. His work speaks, and he's just someone who doesn't really... He's not frivolous, He doesn't make
Actions
loose
speak louder
talk.
than words.
Absolutely.
He doesn't
Yeah.
make loose talk, And he's just he's a sensible guy.
And very sensitive also,
और बहुत
which
zen है
I think
बाबा.
he hides from.
बहुत calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know
very,
how he
very
does
calm.
that.
I'm not calm. Although my mother thinks I'm
Well,
calm.
you have to be when you're Riddhima's brother, right?
And then and when you're my husband too, he's also very calm
So I'm
now.
doing the balancing act now.
What are the memories that you have from the wedding? I want to know, like when you guys were getting married, तो तब के ज़माने में शादी भी
तब के ज़माने में?
But 20 years
How
ago, the
old
Shaadi.
do you think?
That's a fossil, yeah.
I will say, no, not fossil. I'm telling you, you guys are
Back
actually
in the
the
day.
ones who will possibly be one of the last few ones to have that kind of a fairy tale romance, to be very honest. Like, it is very difficult in today's times.
Don't say that. If you have a daughter.
Then you will understand. Wait. Wait, but I also have a niece almost your daughter's age.
But maybe your daughter will probably want to, get married in a certain way. You never know.
Yeah.
This generation is very different, Bharat.
As long as we are called for the wedding.
You will definitely be called for the wedding. But when the शादी का बात happened, तो ये शादी की बात, ये जो permission हुआ, it was involving two really big families. How did it happen? Like किसने सबसे पहले बात किया और क्या हुआ उसमें?
His family flew down. They came to Bombay, and then we sat across. The typical, हम लोग restaurant में गए थे, हम लोग आमने सामने बैठे थे, and then my dad was like, he's just starting out. He's learning the business. Give him some time. They are in love and everything. We don't doubt that for a second. We respect that and everything. But I think it was good that he did that. And then Bharat also was motivated. He was.
I had to prove myself.
He had to
Absolutely.
prove himself,
And fair enough.
which he did.
Which I think
I'm
you did
still
it
proving
wonderfully.
myself.
I was gonna say that you are doing wonderfully well even now. I feel.
Yeah.
But शादी में सबसे memorable moment क्या था?
Oh my God. Everything actually, it's a blur, honestly, the wedding now. But I think the dance performance, right, Bharat?
Yeah, the dance performance. And I think Delhi side, we killed it.
Yeah, you all were at par.
Even though we were underdogs, right? Because they had all
They
the
were amazing. Too.
Bollywood
Filmy people.
Filmy people dancing from their side.
Yeah.
So I really gave my side of the family a lot of
We
help.
yeah.
I was like, you guys better put up a good show.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like, made clowns
I
on stage.
told him, there's this one performing, this one's performing, like
Who are performing?
Sridevi Ji performed, Salman performed, and everyone actually. Like,
Shah Rukh, there was
Shah Rukh.
everyone really.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we-
But
so-
they did it because of dad, because
Goodwill.
Because of the love for the
goodwill,
family.
Because of the
And that's-
love
it's
and
true.
everything.
Yeah.
So they did it on their own, and it was fun. Everyone had a blast.
But I think the Delhi guys killed it, yeah. I mean,
Although I am from Calcutta, I'm neither from Mumbai or Delhi, but
You're
I'll still believe it because I can sense that
Yeah,
confidence.
yeah.
Ki-
I
and
never
you know,
used to give them food. I said I used to tell them nacho, perfect it,
Tab
and then
khana milega.
khana milega uske baad.
But the thing is, all the stars, whoever performed, they all did Dil Se. Everyone did it because, there was not like, it was like ghar ki baat, family. It was like that. They were just doing it because they wanted to.
yeah, and it's so good when everybody comes together. And the reason why I'm saying it is because there was so much attachment with actors from that generation. I think there was a lot more attachment.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even from the audiences and from the industry insiders, I feel like they were way more attached to your father's generation of actors because they've built their entire career out of goodwill.
And respect also,
Yeah.
for that.
इतना contractual नहीं होता था ना, transactional
exactly.
नहीं थे relationships.
Yeah,
तब
yeah.
सब कुछ relationship के वजह से
Correct,
होती थी.
correct.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
It was a different time, and it was just, and I think everybody just had fun doing what they were doing, So it was just.
I think the
it was a
Sangeet
fun
was
time.
coming back to what you asked. Sangeet was the highlight, I think.
And
It was, yeah.
and-
Even
and
the
the-
Mehndi Bharat.
Mehndi as well.
and when was this bar chugging thing that happened?
Oh my God.
Where
Sangeet, it was a Sangeet.
Sangeet only.
Salman was behind the bar, so sweet. So, of course, me being, a fangirl and everything, and, it was very gracious and very kind for Salman to, bartend, go behind the bar. And of course, the guests were all very enamored and they were very like, oh my God, Salman is bartending.
All the booze got over because all the women were at the bar.
They were not chugging, they were chucking their drinks. and they were
wanted-
coming
they
to the
wanted
bar.
Salman to serve them drinks. So all the alcohol got over.
So
I mean,
sabne-
a moment, man. I mean, think about it. Salman Khan se, matlab, he's giving us
Oh goodness. And what was the result then? After that, what did you
alcohol
guys do?
khatam ho gayi.
और फिर क्या किया?
My dad was like, but how? My dad was like, chalo, abhi aap niklo yahan se because these people are losing it.
And when you speak about the relationship, it stood the test of time. In the beginning, leaving home and settling in Delhi, was it at any point a little difficult for you in the beginning to accept? And how were you?
I mean, obviously, at that time, I missed home. I am a Mumbaiker.
Yeah.
I missed home. I missed my parents. And then again, I don't think, there was no FaceTime, na, Bharat, back then. But I used to call them like 10 times a day and whatever. But, Bharat and his family made me very, very comfortable. They were very loving. They still are. His parents were just too wonderful with me. So they didn't really, make me feel like, I'm the daughter-in-law, but they treated me like their own daughter.
Yeah,
So
lovely.
which was lovely.
And it's so important that you are there for her when she's trying to get adjusted to a completely new city, new
Yeah.
set of people.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
We were adjusting to each other also, yeah. Because we were in a long distance relationship.
Yes.
We never lived with each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
living together was also a challenge.
It
you know.
wasn't too hard, was it? I was chilled out. I was like,
I have to like take this camera and zoom into his reaction. I'm going to show it to you when
no, but I was easy, na? Say now, I was easy.
Well, yeah, I think we adjusted well.
Yeah.
What about the fights then?
So, the
Who's
thing
one?
is, I'll tell you something. So, Ranbir had come home one night for dinner and he's like, do you guys fight and all a lot? It's like, no, we don't fight. Touch wood, but we don't fight.
But it's healthy to fight, yeah. I mean, it's
Healthy to fight once
So if
in
you're
a
going to
while.
ask me who says sorry first, we don't say sorry to each other. We randomly start talking. We send each other a
pick
message.
it up from where we left it
Yeah,
off.
exactly. We sorry nahi hota hai
But what are the most useless points that you guys fight on?
over Sam, over Samara.
As in?
Phone क्यों दिया है उसको? iPad क्यों दिया? Because I'm
You will do
against. Yeah, I am against my child using devices. Look, for school it's different. She needs her iPad or whatever for her school work. But I don't like her mindlessly scrolling on, whatever, like on whatever sites or playing a video game. I don't like that. And he can't say no to Samara. So she's on 5 different devices. And from the word go, I was totally against it. So that is my fight with him and he realizes it now.
I guess we were always playing good cop, bad cop, right? There has to be somebody who disciplines and somebody who, makes them feel...
But she's done a complete turnaround now, huh? Because he doesn't yell at her or he doesn't say much to her. I'm the one who's always correcting her and trying to discipline her. So now it's like, Mama to bolti rehti hai. But Bharat has lectured her and he said it very sternly. Like, remember that night, na, when you sat her
Yeah, I
down
guess
and
when
you
you
spoke
don't
to her.
when you don't say much and then once you say something, then it has an effect.
Uske baad she's turned a new
Yeah.
leaf.
So you mince your words wisely.
Yeah.
No, my father was also like this. My father has never raised his voice at me at all. But he's hit my brother once.
Acha.
And we still make fun of that. That the only person who ever got hit by my father was my brother. Because he did something really horrible and chate se maar pari thi.
No, but this is really this thing because I get complaints from school like all the time I'm at school. So teachers think she's scared of me. I feel she's scared of the teachers. So once a teacher calls me to school, I'm sitting there, I'm like, just take her to the principal next. There's no point. He's not scared. They are just nidder, these kids,
I think
this generation.
The Sahni genes are very strong.
Even the Kapoors are very strong. Don't underestimate us.
But what is that one quality that you, in these many years, you've understood and you've learned to tolerate about each other? Like, ठीक है, ये है और इसी के साथ जीनी पड़ेगी.
Oh, table manners.
What?
Table manners.
But he has great table manners.
Table manners means like you have to eat with your mouth closed and all. That's something that really ticks.
No, but like, how do you talk on
But
the
you don't
table while you're
talk.
eating with your mouth closed, right? And if you're talking, then obviously you're...
But ये तो बचपन से मेरे को irritate होती है ना. You see,
No, but
you
hello.
also
You've
know
spoken
about
like
this.
Rishi Ji's daughter.
Hello. Even Ranbir has the same complaint.
Yeah.
That you tell him the same thing.
No, there's a term for
So,
this. If someone, it's very irritating. When someone chooses their mouth open, it's very annoying. It's an annoying habit. And even Samara now corrects him. Papa, please eat with your mouth closed.
It is what it is. Take it or leave it.
तो वो सिखा
ये
रही
तो
हूँ. तो वो
ठीक है.
tolerate कर रही
ये
हूँ.
tolerate करता
हाँ,
है. Okay.
बाकी he's okay. He's perfect.
And
10 on 10.
What about her? What do you tolerate? Now you can give a list.
There's no
It's
list. Shut up.
It's a long list.
What nonsense, but please, yeah, what rubbish. Rubbish he's talking.
No, I think Riddhima is, she's very tough on the
OCD,
outside.
bol de OCD.
She's very tough on the outside. She's very soft on the inside.
But lallu on the inside.
She's like a coconut.
Yeah.
But you are not so tough also on the outside.
I'm not.
Are you?
I'm
No.
not, right?
She's a disciplinarian,
That is,
Yeah.
she's proper.
नहीं, थोड़ा
Yeah,
वो
she's
OCD
very
type
proper.
है. नहीं,
Very,
I
very
tell you,
proper.
OCD type है. So my things have to be kept a certain way, like in my toiletries and everything. So if I'm traveling and if Bharat has shifted something, moved something, I know. इसने हटाया. So Bharat इधर से क्यों हटाया?
Then
ये
I'm
क्यों
on this
हटाया?
side.
वो क्यों हटाया?
Then
But I don't shout at him. I don't fight with him. I just ask him.
She's like a perfectionist, yeah, you know, and
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. No problem.
I'm very far from being a perfectionist. So I guess it's the yin and the yang, you know,
Absolutely.
like we balance each other out.
Opposites attract.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But are you guys really opposites?
Yeah, completely.
Completely.
I mean, like, in the sense like we both, there are some similarities as
Our
well.
movie taste is definitely very, very different.
Music taste as well. Thankfully, mine
Food
is very
taste
different.
also.
Thankfully, my movie taste is very different as well. But then we have a lot of similarities as well. Like we both are punctual.
We're both punctual.
Yeah.
We are both, we're good people.
We're committed.
We are honest people.
That's true. I could sense it. Like you have known and spoken to for the longest time. And with you, I was sitting downstairs for almost 1.5 hours.
Chilled out, hai na?
I could sense that it was not it didn't feel like I'm meeting you for the first time.
Yeah.
And you were trying to take care of everybody around, which is a great thing. You know, I feel like,
Hospitable.
yes,
and
like
very
warm
welcoming.
and
Yeah.
welcoming, which is amazing. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
But you know when you speak about the softer side of you, you were extremely close to your dad, right?
I'm very fiercely protective about my family,
Yeah.
whoever, and my friends as well.
I'll tell you one thing about her. She's a very loyal person, and if you're in a good books and she cares for you and she loves you, then she'll go all out, you know, and she'll have your back.
True.
If
Just don't mess with me.
anyone says anything against you, also, you know,
She'll
she
stand
will. She
and
will
fight.
go there
Yeah.
and she will
Yeah.
take a stand and she will
Yeah.
fight it
Yeah.
out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is how a person should be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. And yeah.
You know, it was a difficult time for you as a family when your father was diagnosed with cancer. In the beginning, it was difficult for the entire fraternity, even the media and the audiences, to be very honest. Why I'm saying that? Because my mother was very upset. I think I was working for a newspaper when that news came out, and I was working with Meena Ji, who wrote the book.
Yes.
And we were all like in a state of shock. So we could imagine what you guys must have been going through, because he was always one of, you know, he embodied strength.
Strength.
In
He was full of
every,
life.
Yeah,
He was
in
full of life.
every
Till the
form.
last
Yeah.
minute, Nayan, till the last minute, I am telling you, he did not. I mean, we were like, really? I mean, him, how can he, you know, have it? It's not possible.
You know, and the only thing he wanted was to face a camera and
That's what
was
he
to
wanted
be
to
making
do.
movies.
Yeah.
Even when he was in hospital in New York, his only thought
He
in
only
his
spoke
mind,
about his future
his
projects. That
only-
this is what I want to
the
do.
only thought he had in his mind was, will I be able to
Work.
you know, work again? Will people take me in their movies? Will I be able to complete the movie?
Yeah.
Sharma Ji Namkeen, the
Yeah.
movie that he had started.
He was working in
You know-
Delhi while he was, you know, being treated. He was still working. He's like,
Yeah.
no, I need to finish what I'm committed to. So, you know, I need to finish
Yeah.
all my commitments and then I will
And
do
he
my
was thinking
treatment.
about the producers, you know, like these guys have, you know, invested so
yeah,
much, and
yeah.
it's my duty to be able to go and finish the movie. Will I be able to? That was the only thing ringing in his mind, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
He was so committed.
And we didn't honestly want him to work at the time. We wanted
Yeah.
him to rest it out, you know, even in Delhi when he was. And Delhi at that time, the pollution was just, you know, it was not a very
Yeah.
safe environment for him, you know, considering he was undergoing treatment. But he wouldn't take no for an answer. He wanted to work. He went all out. Galiyon mein, he was shooting and
Old
having...
Delhi, Chandni Chowk and all he was
But
shooting.
he was having street food also when he was not supposed to have
when he
all
was
that, I
in
remember.
when he was recovering.
Yeah.
But he was very, very passionate about
He
it,
was.
about the
He was.
movies
Truly.
and
Yeah,
about his
yeah.
craft and
yeah.
He was one in a million. I think, like, as an actor, as an artist,
They
as a
don't
human
make-
being, they don't make.
They don't make like him anymore. They
And
don't.
the way he used to like put forward his points
Yeah.
unapologetically, not really being
Original
fearful.
troller.
Yeah, original. I don't mean troll. I was like, I
Nahi,
actually he
matlab
was
move
so
part.
honest. No, and people can't handle honesty. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like that, people can't handle honesty beyond a point.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you tell me, when the family was going through those kind of times, when he was actually diagnosed and he was there in the US. Of course, she was going through her own kind of trauma and her ways of accepting it and dealing with it. How difficult was it for you to like make sure that you also don't go through an emotional ringer, because it will put her through another one?
I just, you know, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I was in denial.
Shocking.
I remember I was traveling and Riddhima she called me and she told me that what the doctors had said, that he was, you know,
Diagnosed.
it was probably like he had a few months left, and I just couldn't believe it. I was so sure that he was going to come out of it. and it was very tough.
There was
And I
no-
remember I flew in wherever I was traveling. I flew in directly from Bombay. Just to
No,
meet
Bombay,
him for
to
a
the-
day.
yeah, to the
Because
hospital.
I didn't know if I would be able to see him again after that. I flew in, I met him at the hospital, and I flew to Delhi the next day. And then COVID happened. And then we were not able to travel.
Yeah.
And I never saw him again.
There was very little time to process everything because everything happened so quickly. And here we are trying to give each other strength. So I'm upset, but if my mother sees me upset,
Yeah.
she will be more upset. So here I am trying to be,
Gathering your
you know,
feelings.
yeah,
and
exactly,
emotions.
trying to sort of be sane for her sake, for my dad's sake. I don't want my dad to see me upset. So we are just trying to make each other okay and,
Be each other's pillars.
exactly, support each other. It was the worst phase for us, the worst time. COVID happened, everything wrong, but the thing is, with people saying things like, oh, but they don't look like they are very upset. A lot of people have said that, na? They don't
it's so
look like
stupid.
exactly, but they don't know now what we went through, what we were going through at the time. My mother, me, my brother, we were just giving each other support. Bharat also at the time,
But
used to-
Riddhima, there was a point when after it was diagnosed, he was actually responding really well to the medicines. And when I think he was in the US and all, he was actually almost gonna come out of it.
It came
Like there was
back. It came back very quickly. It was very aggressive. So, I mean, we did spend Diwali together. We went out. He was very excited. He had bought a new kurta or something. So he was, the first he comes out, he wears the kurta, and he's like, "How am I looking?" And then he was wearing pink jutis or pink shoes. I'm like, "Pink? Really? You want to wear pink?" He's like, "Yeah, but it's looking nice, not trendy." And all. I was like, "It's looking amazing. Just wear it." And he was so happy. So he attended all the Diwali parties, and we spent Diwali together. And next thing, in a few months, he's back in the hospital.
And when COVID happened, I remember he was on the balcony with the thali when
Yeah.
Modi ji had
said that.
said that everybody
Yeah.
should go out, and
Yeah.
so he did that as well.
He
And
did that as well.
yeah.
And it's been 4 years.
Yeah, and it was also a very difficult time for you because I don't think because of COVID you could travel, and you traveled a day late if I'm
did,
not mistaken. How difficult was it for you to deal with that, to
It
not
was
having
horrible.
to
It
see
was
him?
horrible. It was really, really horrible because my brother and my mother broke the news to me in the morning on FaceTime. So imagine calling me up at around 7:38 in the morning and telling me on FaceTime that, this has happened. I was not, you are somewhat preparing, but you're not prepared for the worst, for that,
Yeah.
for that call, for that news, and that shook me up, and I didn't know what to do. So I kept walking, I woke Bharat up. I was like, "Bharat, this has happened. I don't know what to do. We're in the middle of there's lockdown,
Flights
across
were
the
not there.
country. Exactly, flights are not operational. What do I do? All my friends came home. I didn't have time to break down. I just could not, because I was like, how do I get there? I want to go. I want to be with my mother, my family. I want to see my dad for one last time.
I think Riddhima was the closest to him. So in a way, like it was good that Riddhima didn't see him
Maybe he didn't
while
want
he
me to
was
see
suffering the
him
most.
like that.
Because he did suffer a lot.
Yeah.
Like Riddhima would not be able to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, but the worst is he tried to call me 2 days before this happened. He gave me a missed call. I still have it on my phone. That was his last missed call to me. And I was like, shit, I wish I'd taken that phone call. I was, probably in the bathroom or something. I don't know. After that, he couldn't really respond or talk because he was, in the hospital. And I still have that missed call saved. I took a screenshot and I say, because that was the last time he actually called me to talk to me, because I called him after that, but he couldn't speak, because he was under medication and, under, those
Mushkiram, he used to call us.
Mushkram. Yeah.
But how difficult was it for you at that point? Because, we were all in a helpless situation. And to be very honest, I saw that she
Yeah,
couldn't travel, and you will not believe I'm a panic box when it comes to health. Like I spent the moment the flights opened, I went home to Calcutta, and I spent my entire COVID. There were the lockdowns came in 2 parts, so it was almost
Yeah,
18 months that I stayed at home.
Yeah.
In between, I had come for 3 months, so it was a 21 months period where I almost stayed home at home for 18 months because I just felt I really needed to be there. Because I was like, what if,
So
you know,
that's like, when it happened, like the flights were not taking off, but fortunately we were able to get permission to go to Bombay by road.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We drove down the next day because it was very important for Riddhima to be with the family.
I didn't see him.
You know,
But
to kind
at
of
least-
come to terms with what had happened and to be with each other, be there for each other, and get a closure.
But I never got a closure, Bharat, because I didn't see him.
Yeah.
You know, so there's. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever be
And
able
then Riddhima
to.
stayed in Bombay for 8-9 months. She stayed there, and I drove back
Yeah.
to Delhi. So they were all together.
Yeah, we
But
were
it's good, Riddhima, I'll tell you something. I just, I couldn't, like, I was working in another company last year, and one of my very close colleagues, he was 23, he got diagnosed with cancer, and we were all like thinking, okay, he's got age on his side, so maybe he'll pull through. He pulled through, then again it came back within 2 weeks. It came back, and it came back so badly that we lost him in December. People might say that I'm being selfish. I'm not being selfish. I just didn't want to have that as my last memory of him. Like, I couldn't go.
But
I
then
couldn't
that's my
muster.
dad, you know. So I wanted some closure there at least, to see him, to say bye to him. Maybe he didn't want me to see him, in that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's something that will always be at the back of my head, that I didn't get to say bye to him, because of this COVID, whatever. But still.
How difficult was it for you to handle your mom at that point?
Yeah,
because it was also the
very
point where
difficult.
she was at her emotionally lowest.
Yeah. And I had to be strong for her. She had to be strong for me. We had to be strong for each other. We would literally go to separate rooms, shed a tear or two, come back and just be like, Acha mama, what should we watch on, on Netflix or whatever, and just act normal. And I mean act normal. But we were not normal.
Yeah.
We were both shattered. I've lost my dad. She's lost her husband.
Yeah.
Ranbir, of course, was, he used to come every single day. Alia and Ranbir were amazing. But this is family. Very, very supportive. But then they used to leave, and it was just my mother and me just together. And we were just like, I was like, how do I make her happy? What do I do? I used to call all my relatives. I used to plan evenings for her. I used to call my cousins, So just to pass time so that she's happy. She's all I have left.
That's true. And your brother, although he shows and comes across as this person who's very tough emotionally,
He's not.
He's actually not. Like, I think he couldn't, I don't think he can even speak about the incident the way you have, because he keeps it bottled up within, and
But
somewhere
that's not good also. But maybe he has spoken to Alia about it. I'm sure he has, She was a great, great support. She's been there in our bad times. She's seen. She's been part of it. So Ranbir is someone who doesn't really talk about it. He doesn't emote much off screen, but he keeps all his emotions for for the camera. But that said, we've it was just a very, very difficult time, and something that's like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it to you, in so many words. It was just the most horrible, the most, I hope it doesn't happen to any other daughter,
most painful.
Most painful ever.
Did you ever have that conversation with Ranbir? Because you are very similar when it comes to like emotions.
So I think Ranbir and me are both very, very private people.
Yeah.
So we don't open up that easily. So no, we've not had a heart-to-heart on this.
we've had breakdowns. Like I've had my meltdowns and everything, and you know, I've like I broke down a couple of times. But then uske baad I was like, you know, what am I doing? You know, I need to be strong for my mother, for my brother, for, you know, so yeah.
Now coming to Ranbir and Alia's marriage, did you do what Ranbir did to him? कि अब तुम्हें पता चलेगा. Did you tell that to Alia?
No.
See, you're a good sister. Ranbir should take note.
Ranbir was super annoying when we were kids, but no. But then he had
Now
this.
he's passed on the baton to me.
Nahi yaar, the thing is, I was a kitabi keeda, so all night I'd study for my for my tests, for my exams or whatever in the morning, and Ranbir had this adenoid issue. He couldn't breathe. It was very annoying. All night he used to do shoo shoo shoo, and I was
He
like,
made a lot of noise, like I do now.
Snoring. Couldn't.
Maybe your hearing is amplified.
Please, yeah, we used to share a room, that time. But yeah, no, he wasn't. He was annoying, but he wasn't. He was a good brother, that way. And we used to defend each other a lot. Each time I got into trouble or he got into trouble, we used to always defend each other.
But Alia was already almost a part of the family before she got married. To be very honest, like you said, that she's seen the best and the worst in the family in terms of emotions. She was already
she's been part of everything. Literally. She's a lovely girl. She's a really, really.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her too. She knows.
She's unstoppable.
She's extremely loving. She's very kind, and she's just. The best part about her is that she's just very giving.
True.
I think Ranbir is lucked out with her.
Yeah,
He's
my brother has
out.
lucked out for sure.
Yeah.
But no, even she's very lucky.
Yeah, she's also very lucky. Both of them are actually very lucky because both of them
yeah.
are also very balanced. When you look at them as a couple, they are very balanced. Alia is also like somebody whose she can express emotions very nicely. Ranbir is the one who's a little quieter with emotions, but he's also very much more sensible.
Yeah.
And both of them are equally sensitive, I feel. One shows, one can't show. It's a beautiful balance. Like I genuinely...
They are like my parents, like my mom and dad, So Ranbir is, of course, more like mom, and Alia is a lot like my dad,
Correct.
Even us, to some extent.
Yeah, see?
But yeah.
That's why I think Neetu ma'am said that both of you are very similar to her and Rishi.
To
That's
their
a huge
relationship.
compliment.
Yeah, that is.
You have a different bond with Alia completely, and we see that when she posts about you, she goes all out. Brat man. Like, what are the points that you guys like really bond upon and have conversations?
I think music, no more, Bharat?
Yeah, I think it's the vibe really. I think I love her vibe. I think
Very chilled out.
Yeah, we're very chilled out. We love a good laugh.
Hassle free, and she's a superstar, but
no politics. We don't like to gossip.
Lovely.
So there's a lot of common things.
Yeah.
Just
she does.
live
she doesn't like to
live
gossip.
and let live. Yeah, it's,
So he doesn't like to gossip. She doesn't like to gossip. I like to hear.
and we both are the in-laws, so I guess that's son-in-law and daughter-in-law.
Outlaws?
So
Did you have the conversations? Did you have any conversations about that?
not yet, but maybe we need to.
You must. I think you must.
अभी तो ये घर का only भारत क्या बोलते घर की मुर्गी
Dal barabar.
ये घर का मुर्गा
घर का मुर्गा dal barabar. So we have this segment called Guilty Shots, and it's
Shot King.
यहाँ पे मैं situations दूंगा. Whoever is most likely between the two of you to do it or be that, you have to take a shot. Like just
Like a
take
sip.
take a
Little
sip.
bit.
Okay. So who is the more caring partner?
I can.
Yeah,
right?
take.
I think I am.
You agree?
Of course, yeah.
Are you not?
No, I agree. You are the more caring partner.
You don't think you're the more caring
No,
one?
but you are more caring. He said
More caring.
More caring.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Both of you are caring, but you are more caring.
Okay.
Okay. Who's more expressive in love?
Another shot.
You're not?
I mean, even
Hell, man.
Who says I love you more? You do, or like expresses love more? You.
एक तो shot पी ले, एक तो sip पी
मेरी
ले.
बारी आने वाली है.
Okay.
Who is more unorganized?
I should down this one.
We need another one.
कपड़े इधर उधर होते हैं.
Oh my god. Yeah. And you're talking to someone who has
I used to
OCD.
live in my boxes before I got married. Literally.
Yeah, but then he had all these women on the floor, so he couldn't, right?
After I got married. Yeah, not
Matlab-
before. Don't get it wrong.
But I want to know, कपड़े अभी भी इधर उधर होते हैं?
Are you mad? खून पी जाऊंगी इसका इधर उधर करेगा तो
Okay, who begins the fight? If there's a fight, who's the one
Down
beginning?
No,
You
it's
down
your
it.
turn.
You down it.
Not at all. Hello. किधर से?
Sheen the way you are.
I'm not going to. No, that's not true. He does.
I never begin a fight. I am like live and let live.
No, you instigate.
Like something I do that pisses her off. So
Exactly.
She starts
Have
the
a
fight.
shot.
So
No,
I mean,
but
have a
who
sip.
starts the fight? If
she does.
Instigates, na? That's
I
also part
don't
of
even
starting.
know
But
I'm
I don't want to
but
instigating her.
he doesn't know that that would instigate you.
I'm
he
just
knows.
being myself.
He's been with me for 18 years and more. He
No.
And
very
more.
well knows what irritates
But
me.
I'm doing what I am supposed to do. She gets
You,
annoyed.
You're married to me, na? For so many years,
See?
you know.
See?
What? See? Chalo, have a.
Who starts the fight?
Eh?
I still didn't get an answer. Who starts the
Him.
fight?
I never start a fight, yeah.
Change the question.
I think both of you have a sip.
Chalo,
दोनों ही
yeah.
करते हैं.
Cheers.
Cheers. हाँ.
Salute.
Who says sorry first?
No, neither of us. We only
Yeah.
we start conversations very like
Organically.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the in-laws favorite?
Who's the in-laws favorite? He is.
Who's in-laws?
Your in-laws?
मतलब
My in-laws.
my
Yeah.
mom's favorite, na?
Yeah.
हाँ तो
Are you her mom's favorite, like in a more capacity, or
I think both of us need to take a shot on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
ये मुझे लगता है next वाला रिद्धिमा पिएगी. The one who's always late.
Late.
No, we-
No chance.
both of us
I'm
are
very
punctual.
punctual.
Both of
I'm
us
so
are.
I come early.
Yeah, but
both
that's
are-
true. Oh, I thought.
You were late
Nah,
today.
nah.
I was not late. I was not.
You
My
do a shot.
camera
No,
team.
You do a shot.
My camera team was late. I was not late.
Lovely.
I came at
No, he
5.
was not late. He
I
was
was
on time.
here at
She told me
5:23.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
She told me 5:30.
Yeah, I told him 5:30.
Then
Bharat,
you-
I told him 5:30
You told me 5
also.
o'clock.
Jhoota.
We were ready at 4:40.
5:23 I came. My camera team, you guys should take a shot because you guys were late.
Very late.
All of you.
Anyway.
Who is the lazier one?
Well, on a Sunday, yeah.
But that's okay. Allowed. Who
Weekdays
keeps
are
the
not. Weekdays.
Who keeps the AC remote
Who keeps the AC remote?
at night?
All the remotes you think, yeah.
Who steals the blanket? AC remote भी तुम्हारे पास और blanket भी तुम्हें
सब
चुरा.
चाहिए, सब चाहिए.
So is it
I'm
like
dancing on a finger, yeah.
last one? I know this you are gonna drink. Who snores?
हाँ, पी ले, पूरा पी ले.
Riddhima actually got saved from Ranbir and came here and she had you.
No, Ranbir wanted to kick me out, and that's when he says, "Good luck, bro."
And Ranbir got saved from her and
He wanted me out.
But thank you. This was a lot of fun. Now we move on to the final segment, which is basically a game. And then whoever wins that game also gets a hamper.
Oh wow!
Okay,
What's
it's a
in the
competition.
hamper? What's in the
It's a
hamper?
goodies.
Okay, lovely. ठीक है.
And basically the game is called Guess the Price. So I'm going to show you household utility items. You have to guess the price. Whoever wants can go first.
ठीक है.
You can change it as many number of times till we reveal the price.
हाँ.
The only thing is whoever's price is the closest wins that point.
Okay, lovely.
And whoever wins maximum points gets a hamper.
Oh, I.
Okay? The first thing is, I'm not going to show that because I've not got it. 1 kilo aloo,
$40.
40.
I'm actually clueless on this.
You're clueless.
I'm clueless. So I'll say 45.
45. You're saying?
36.
Now you've gone to 36.
Yeah.
And you're saying 45.
No, I'll say 40.
40.
Yeah.
Okay. Final 40.
42.
42. You're saying 45. It's actually 41 rupees.
Yay!
You are bang on.
I changed it to 42.
Yeah, you are like bang on.
Yeah,
Do you do the
bang on.
groceries at home?
Huh? Yeah, of course.
Oh my
All the time I'm
God.
shopping for groceries.
1 kilo kanda onion.
35.
I'll say 34.
In Delhi, huh? I think it's different price.
No, I'm
in,
taking Delhi
I
price.
can either go higher or lower than what she's saying. So I go lower. 34.
34,
36.
36.
Yeah.
And you're saying?
34.
You're cheating, Bharat.
It is exactly 36 rupees.
Wow.
What? I am stunned.
Household name now.
Listen, there are
Price
people
is
who have
right.
said it's 200 rupees. I am shocked. I am appalled at the accuracy. Okay, now I'm going to show
I
you
get
the
the
next.
hamper?
You will
Acha.
if you score more. Okay, this is basically
Chili
500
powder.
grams of chili powder. 500 grams, huh?
कौन सा chili powder? Brand कौन सा है?
Ramdev.
Ramdev chili powder. 120.
120.
127.
127. 120. This is 355 rupees.
Oh,
so
God.
definitely he's
Expensive.
closer. He's closer. 500 grams.
500 grams.
Yeah. So
So it's
2-1.
2-1.
2-1. Now he's back in the game.
You asked me
Chalo
price
ji.
of tequila.
Okay, this is 45 grams of coffee.
Okay. 45 grams of Nescafe,
Yeah.
right? 45.
45.
I was going to say 45.
Okay.
I'll say 50.
50 and you're saying 45. This is 170 rupees.
Shit!
Listen, but he's
Two
winning.
off, two
He's
off.
far off, but he's still winning because he's closer.
Far off, exactly.
2 all.
Range तो
Oh
अलग ही
my
है
I
इसका.
have no idea.
हाँ,
I'm
this is a
just
guesswork.
guessing up or down.
Oh my god, I am so like shocked.
Cracker biscuit.
This is 300 grams of cracker biscuits, if I'm not wrong. From what I had seen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 300 grams of cracker biscuits.
350.
350.
340.
340, 350. Okay. It's only 50 rupees.
Yay!
What did you say?
340. Oh my god.
50 bucks?
3-2.
So,
Sucks.
Oh my
game.
Go
god.
first, go first.
Now
I want to play this
Riddhima
game.
has to get this correct.
This is like
Riddhima, this
ये
is
क्या है?
500 grams of Kabuli chana.
Kabuli chana. 500 grams
Yeah.
of Kabuli chana. You go first.
80 rupees.
Kabuli chana. 100.
180. It is exactly 100 rupees.
Oh, wow.
3 all. This is what we wanted.
Finale.
It's a tie.
Yeah, it's a
घर
tie.
पे ही तो आने वाला है hamper.
But हाँ, but tie जीतेगा कौन वो देखना है ना.
अच्छा ऐसा.
So there has to be one last one.
या वो जो टाटा सॉल्ट का पैकेट आता है ना 1 किलो का
अरे,
नॉर्मल टाटा सॉल्ट
हाँ।
नॉट आयोडाइज्ड कुछ नहीं नॉर्मल
normal.
ऑरेंज पैकेट 1 kilo of टाटा सॉल्ट
You go first. 1 kilo of
1
Tata
kilo
salt.
of टाटा सॉल्ट
100 rupees.
100 rupees he said
30 bucks.
30 you're saying
Yeah.
it is 28 rupees oh my god you are
But
bang
not
on
bad.
You
Not
are-
bad at all.
and you
can
really
have
deserve
all
it
the
because
goodies.
I don't think anybody has ever played this game so well and so
Really?
accurate.
Yeah,
Like
I was
whatever
bang
you
on.
got, you are bang on.
Good
so
guess.
you deserve this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
She's a
Wow.
true housewife.
And now you're gonna be coming in
Love
Bollywood
it.
Wives,
Fabulous lives.
which I am so very
versus
excited.
the Bollywood wives.
But I think you have to. You are a Bollywood wife any which way, and I feel like you are a very calm, beautiful human being.
How sweet.
And it will come
Let's
across.
talk after the show.
Really? No, but if you have lost your calm and if you have lost your temper, it's for the right reasons. It would
I
be
mean, if
for
someone
the right.
has ticked me off and annoyed me and said something out of line, तो मैं क्या चुप बैठूंगी?
बिल्कुल मत चुप
तो
बैठना.
फिर?
वो तो बिल्कुल
Then you'll
चुप.
see my claws
Then
and my
you will be
horns
Rishi
and
Kapoor's
everything.
daughter. Exactly.
But I am like him. Ask him.
She got big boots to fill.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Very,
thank
very
you
big
so
deal.
much for
Thank
doing
you.
this. It was
Thank
a
you
lot
for
of
this.
fun. Lot of fun.
It
Thank
was
you
a
for having
blast.
us.
Thank you. Thank you.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Goovi, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.